Now let's go to page 35. You see the 1701 in 18 seconds?
Yes, I do.
Who wrote at 1700 defibrillation at 200 joules?
That is my handwriting.
Why'd you write that?
It was an error.
I take that from what you said earlier. Why did you write it?
At the time of me writing it, I assumed it was correct.
Why did you write it? Did someone tell you go back to the strips and write this on there?
No, sir.
Then why did you write it?
Taking notes after the fact, trying to piece things together.
Well, at that time, everything seemed accurate to you, didn't it?
Check to the form.
Correct?
Yes.
Was this after you had your meeting with Dr. Williams and Nurse McDaniel trying to piece everything together?
No.
So when was this?
I can't tell you an exact time.
When did you discover this was an error?
Upon reviewing the chart
When did you review the chart?
for this case,
Okay. Why didn't you make a change?
I can't make a change months later,
You can't make a late entry or a note to the chart?
over a year late. No, sir.
Okay. Go to page 34, please, nurse. (16:58, 38 seconds). Defibrillator pads applied. Who wrote that?
That would be me.
Why'd you write that?
Again, trying to piece things together.
When did you write that?
The same time I wrote the other, after the fact.
Okay. Is this meant to be, when you wrote this, that this strip during this time is when the pads were put on him?
Yes.
Can you tell me from, well, first of all, where is the time frame between 16:58:38 and 17:01:18?
Where is the time frame?
The strips, Nurse Brown, the strips.
We do not have them.
Where are they?
Probably in the shredder,
Why would they be in the shredder?
because they were duplicates.
Well, ma'am, there's no duplicate between 16:58 and 17:01, is there?
Check to the form.
Possibly, yes.
Well, what was the strip for 16:59?
If I don't have it, then I don't know.
What was the strip for 1700?
Again, I don't know.
Why weren't those preserved in the chart?
Objection, ask and answer.
Duplicates.
I don't understand what you mean by duplicates. You have to explain that to
It
me.
is the exact same rhythm, multiple pages of the exact same rhythm.
Well, you've got, what do you mean multiple pages of the exact same rhythm? What does that mean?
That's what a duplicate is. It's another page of the same rhythm.
A VFib, right?
If that is, yes, if that is what he's in, yes.
Okay, he's got multiple strips of VFib that you put into his chart, Nurse Brown.
Okay.
So why would you pick these particular ones as the duplicates you're going to shred?
It was a poor decision, obviously.
Are you trained to keep the strips and put them in the chart when a patient has a code,
Check to the form.
as per hospital protocol?
Yes, but not necessarily all of them, no.
Well, I want you to take a position today. Why would you shred these particular strips when there are other strips that also are VFib?
Objection, ask and answer.
You can answer.
Because they were duplicates.
So are the others.
Why are you arguing with her, Clint?
I'm trying to
understand. Point. She said she trashed them because they were duplicates. Period.
I know. I wonder why she didn't trash the other duplicates.
What other duplicates?
The other ones that are VFib.
Where are they?
Go through the chart.
They're at different times, Clint. They're not all one right after the other.
Let me try it this way.
Every minute we don't need to keep every single minute of a strip.
Let me ask it this way. This strip, you tell me if my expert's wrong. This strip spits out, or this machine spits out a strip that is continuous. When a patient goes into VFib or asystole or VTAC, these machines are programmed to spit a strip out continuously while this occurs. Am I right about that?
Yes.
And is he right about that?
Yes.
Okay. And as this strip comes out, you can either have a box that it goes into or it can just roll down to the floor. Is he right about that?
Yes.
And then you can come in after the fact and simply take the strip and rip it off of the machine and put it into the medical chart, correct?
Yes.
There's nothing that keeps you from doing that, is there?
No.
And as per hospital protocol, when a patient goes into code, you correct me if I'm wrong, the protocol is we save all the strips and keep them in the chart.
Object to the form.
Now, if I'm wrong, you tell me.
Which
do-
protocol are you talking about?
Hospital
I do not know
protocol.
that protocol is to keep all of the strips.
Okay. Is the standard,
Pertinent information.
certainly, is the standard of care to keep the strips?
Object to the form.
Not necessarily.
Okay. What other strips were shredded?
I do not recall.
Well, can you look at the chart and tell me?
No, sir.
Why not?
I don't know how many strips were printed off.
Well,
So how would I be able to tell you how many were shredded?
okay. I mean, you may not be able to, but I'm going to ask you this. He goes into VFib at 1756. In fact, he goes into VFib 1653, right?
Object to the form.
Am I right about that?
If that is what I do not know.
Or
I'm looking.
Just take my word for it. He does.
No, I'm looking. Yes, he does.
Okay, 1654, 1655, 1656, 1657, all the way to 1700, he has an irregular heartbeat. So you're going to have a strip for all those times. So can you tell me from going to 1653 to 1701, which strips you shredded?
'59 and 1700.
Okay. At 1700, he goes asystole, correct? That's on page 35.
You said 1701?
Yes. The one that says 1700 defib. You see that?
Yes.
He's asystole at this period, correct?
Yes.
When was the heartbeat restored?
1704.
Where's 1702 and 1703?
They're not here.
Go to page 39, nurse. He's asystole again, isn't he?
He is bradying down to asystole.
Well, I'm just going by the machine here. Is the machine right when it says asystole?
No, his heart is beating.
Okay. But the machine recognizes this as an abnormal heartbeat, correct?
Yes.
All right. Where's the strip for 1708?
Behind, it's the next page.
Okay. So why didn't you shred that one?
Because as you can see, he goes into, his heart changes rhythms.
From what?
He bradies down, and then it comes back into to a regular, he's actually looks like an A flutter, but it's a regular rhythm. And then he starts to brady down again. His heart is trying to find different pathways.
When was he shocked?
Well,
Probably the best place to start is go to 35 when you initially said he was shocked at 1700. A year and a half ago.
Wherever you need to answer his question.
he was shocked somewhere around 1656 and 1657.
Where do you see that?
Pads were applied at 1656
How do you know that?
because it interrupts the V-lead reading on the bottom of the page.
Why didn't you put that on this page when you filled it out?
At the time, the documentation was poor.
nurse, I mean, you had this at the time. You can look at this strip, can't you?
I understand that.
And so when you look at the strip and you're piecing together what happened, you could look at 1656 if your theory is correct and say, I'm looking at this thing here and it's clear we put the pads on, right? Why didn't you put that here on 1656?